If you're a financial advisor and you're thinking, I'm just going to run local service ads to get a flood of leads, stop right there. LSAs are amazing for plumbers and roofers, but they're not amazing for you. Here's why they'll actually burn money for you and waste your time compared to other marketing channels. All right, this is me searching for a financial advisor in my city. And you can see that, yes, local service ads show up first. But the thing about local service ads is that, based on the fact that they're built for these fast transactional actions, Google only allows two options, and you are forced to get leads via these options. Google's LSAs are perfect for fast transactional services. Someone's sink is flooding. They're going to go to Google, type for plumber near me, see a plumber, pick up the phone and call. However, for a financial services space where they're looking to invest their money for potentially decades, they're not just going to type in financial advisor near me, see a photo, and call, assuming that they're going to trust this business for the next 10 to 20 years. So with that in mind, again, if I am searching for a financial advisor, I'm probably not going to make a decision in a matter of seconds. I am going to want to search around, and I'm going to want to click to a website. And Google makes it intentionally really difficult to engage with these businesses. You click, you see more images, which again, this is not a plumber or an electrician. You can see some services and whatnot, but it just gets stuck, and you can message and get the phone number. And for folks that do get calls, and Google does want to use your budget, we have worked with financial advisors that the calls that they get are window shoppers, are not qualified, are people that are the fact that someone's calling immediately without knowing anything about the business usually means they're in an emergency, and they're probably not going to be the best long-term client for you. The next reason is that Google's targeting for LSAs is pretty broad. You don't actually get to refine it based on keywords that people are searching for. Google's targeting is really not that great, meaning that it's not keyword specific. So, from a confidentiality perspective, I can't get in the back end of an LSA account for you to show you how one was previously run, but you can only add certain kind of services. Whereas with standard Google ads, you can go down to the keyword level. You can say fee only, you can say fiduciary, and you can make sure that you're only showing up in the Google Ads section, not the LSAs section, for the keywords and queries that you're exactly aligned for. With LSAs, you don't get that level of granularity when it comes to the keywords that people are searching for. The third reason why is just compliance nightmares. You are in a highly, highly regulated space compared to the roofers and the plumbers of the world. So, as I mentioned earlier, Google requires an action of a phone call or a message request. And from a compliance perspective, in this financial space, you are obligated to do certain things. Imagine Google getting to have a recorded call of you talking to a potential client, talking about their financial situation, their assets, etc. That can be a little bit of a nightmare. And so Google records all of these phone calls. Whereas if you run a Google Ads campaign or just rank organically from an SEO perspective, people are going to come to your website. They're going to call you without Google being able to listen and transcribe and store the data from those calls. And fourth, and the final reason why, is you don't get to control the narrative in terms of what your profile really appears like when users see it compared to other profiles. When I mean control the narrative a little bit deeper, is your profile looks like everyone else's. Little things that you can change, like 10 years in business, you get a picture, but you don't get to really tell the story that deeply. And again, people click around, and ultimately Google wants them to call or to send a message. And so, really you're kind of relying on, does someone like my face or a team member's face? And that is not, how you want someone to make a financial decision based on going with your firm versus this firm. Someone's going to look at this picture or compare it to this picture. And that's what's really probably going to get them to click and call right away. And so it's not recommended to have someone base their decision on giving you a phone call kind of based off of the picture that you add. All right, so if LSAs don't work, then what actually works? One is a Google Ads strategy that is a standard search strategy where you can refine keywords and search terms down to the granular level to make sure that the right audience is coming to your website. And then you can have the website tell the story from there. The next thing is an SEO strategy that dominates, creating pages by the type of person that you want, for example, retirees or business owners, and then creating pages by strategy. So tax strategies, or perhaps people that are environmentally friendly, they might be searching down to the hyper specific level. And if you create landing pages that speak to these very specific queries, you can win the SEO game. So as you can see, local service ads work for emergency services, plumbers, roofers. But for people making one of the biggest financial decisions of their life, I don't think they're just going to see your profile, pick up the phone, and call you. If you want to attract real, highly qualified leads from people finding you on either Google or ChatGPT, go to our website, link in the footer, and reach out to me, and you and I can have a personal conversation right away. Subscribe for more marketing insights for financial advisors in other industries coming your way really soon.